faces, where distorted visuals meet unsettling narratives. These haunting images have become a staple of the analog horror genre, captivating audiences with their uncanny valley effect. Analog horror faces are often characterized by their grainy, low-resolution appearance, reminiscent of old VHS tapes or early computer graphics. The distorted features and exaggerated expressions of these faces tap into our primal fears, triggering a visceral response in viewers. Many analog horror creators use a combination of practical effects and digital manipulation to achieve the perfect balance of realism and surrealism. The use of static, glitches, and video artifacts further enhances the unsettling nature of these faces, blurring the line between reality and fiction. One of the most iconic examples of analog horror faces can be found in the popular series Local 58, which features distorted newscasters and eerie public service announcements. Another notable example is the Mandela Catalog, where the faces of alternate beings known as alternates strike fear into the hearts of viewers. The effectiveness of analog horror faces lies in their ability to tap into our subconscious fears and memories of old media formats. Many creators draw inspiration from real-life uncanny valley experiences, such as creepy mascots or unsettling children's show characters. The use of found footage aesthetics and Fox documentary styles adds an extra layer of authenticity to these disturbing visuals. Some analog horror faces are designed to evoke specific emotions, such as dread, paranoia, or a sense of being watched. The subtle manipulation of familiar facial features can create a profound sense of unease as our brains struggle to process the distorted images. Many analog horror series use recurring faces or characters to build a sense of continuity and escalating tension throughout their narratives. The use of analog horror faces in title sequences and promotional materials has become a recognizable hallmark of the genre. Some creators incorporate real-life urban legends or conspiracy theories into their analog horror faces, blending fact and fiction for maximum impact. The popularity of analog horror faces has led to a thriving community of artists and creators sharing techniques and inspiration online. Many fans of the genre have created their own analog horror faces, contributing to a growing library of unsettling imagery. The use of AI and machine learning algorithms has opened up new possibilities for creating even more realistic and disturbing analog horror faces. Some analog horror series use subtle changes in facial expressions to convey plot developments or character transformations. The effectiveness of analog horror faces often relies on the power of suggestion, allowing viewers' imaginations to fill in the gaps. Many creators use a combination of practical makeup effects and digital post-processing to achieve the perfect analog horror face. The use of sound design, such as distorted voices or unsettling ambient noise, can greatly enhance the impact of analog horror faces. Some analog horror series use the gradual reveal of faces as a storytelling device, building tension and anticipation throughout the narrative. The uncanny valley effect of analog horror faces can be particularly effective when applied to familiar or trusted figures such as authority figures or loved ones. Many analog horror faces are designed to be memorable and iconic, becoming instantly recognizable symbols of their respective series. The use of analog horror faces in marketing materials and thumbnails has become a powerful tool for attracting viewers to the genre. Some creators incorporate elements of body horror into their analog horror faces, blending human and inhuman features for maximum impact. The effectiveness of analog horror faces often relies on their ability to trigger a fight or flight response in viewers, tapping into our most primal instincts. Many analog horror series use faces as a central motif, with distorted visages appearing in unexpected places throughout the narrative. The use of analog horror faces in found footage style videos adds an extra layer of authenticity and immersion to the viewing experience. Some creators use analog horror faces as a metaphor for deeper themes, such as the loss of identity or the corruption of innocence. Popularity of analog horror faces has led to crossovers with OT, or genres such as true crime and supernatural horror. Many analog horror series use faces as a way to represent otherworldly entities or malevolent forces beyond human comprehension. The use of analog horror faces in ARG's alternate reality games has become increasingly popular, blurring the line between fiction and reality. Some creators use analog horror faces as a way to explore themes of technology gone wrong, or the dangers of unchecked artificial intelligence. The effectiveness of analog horror faces often relies on their ability to tap into collective cultural memories and shared fears. Many analog horror series use faces as a way to represent the breakdown of reality, or the intrusion of otherworldly forces into our world. The use of analog horror faces in interactive media such as video games or VR experiences adds a new dimension of immersion and terror. Some creators use analog horror faces as a way to explore themes of identity, perception, and the nature of reality itself. The popularity of analog horror faces has led to a growing market for merchandise, including t-shirts, posters, and even masks. Many analog horror series use faces as a way to represent the loss of humanity or the corruption of the soul. The use of analog horror faces in live performances and immersive theater experiences has become an exciting new frontier for the genre. Some creators use analog horror faces as a way to explore themes of surveillance, privacy, and the erosion of personal boundaries in the digital age. The effectiveness of analog horror faces often relies on their ability to tap into universal human fears and anxieties. Many analog horror series use faces as a way to represent the breakdown of social norms and the collapse of civilized society. The use of analog horror faces in educational contexts such as history or science videos can create a powerful and memorable learning experience. Some creators use analog horror faces as a way to explore themes of mental illness, trauma, and the fragility of the human psyche. The popularity of analog horror faces has led to collaborations between artists from different disciplines such as musicians, filmmakers, and visual artists. Many analog horror series use faces as a way to represent the loss of individual identity in the face of overwhelming cosmic forces. The use of analog horror faces in political commentary and satire has become an effective tool for addressing real-world issues and anxieties. Some creators use analog horror faces as a way to explore themes of nostalgia, memory, and the unreliability of human perception. The effectiveness of analog horror faces often relies on their ability to create a sense of cognitive dissonance in viewers, challenging our understanding of reality. As the genre continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative and terrifying uses of analog horror faces in the future. Remember, the next time you see a distorted face on your screen, it might be more than just a glitch in the system. Stay vigilant and don't forget to like and subscribe for more unsettling content. This is where our journey into the world of analog horror faces comes to an end, or does it?